Hey guys, welcome back. Let's dive right in. There are two types of businesses out there, right? Or even providers out there. One are the products, right? And the other are the services. Now, I'll go into the marketing world and the sales world, and we'll talk about products and services. But ultimately, it's the time that you sell with services, right? So let's say, if you are wanting to build a business around services, for example, you would have to provide a solution for that demand by sacrificing your time in exchange for money, which is necessarily is not a good idea because at the end of the day, we all have limited time. So the only way you're going to be able to really scale is by duplicating yourself with someone else that's willing to now give time, right? Now, when you look at businesses that are built around products, the cool thing about them is they're not time dependent. They are resource dependent more than anything else, right? So what happens there is, let's say you find a demand and you figure out how to supply it. All you have to do is make sure you can manufacture these products or systems or technologies, and we'll go into depth on this, right? So as you start your business, and this may be all new to you, and I may be going a little fast, but what I want to do is help you understand. In my opinion, it's better to build a business around products quite often versus services, because services is great. I'm not saying you can't start a business there, but you essentially would have to trade time for money, which is not as scalable. It takes more time, more training, more resources, and things of that nature. Now, how are these products or services typically delivered? There are two ideas in how you deliver products and services. One is the B2B, meaning me as a business serve another business with my products or services. That's one method. The other method is business to consumer, which means I go directly to the consumer market and sell to people directly. So as you think about creating a new business under your belt, you want to, really pay attention to your product offerings. So let's review. You got product services, you got different delivery systems, right? And then also you want to figure out whether you want to trade time, right? Here's one thing that I want to encourage you to do. Product market fit. So when you initially enter this business environment, the number one thing you want to figure out is making sure you create a product or service that has enough demand. People must want your services or need your services, and you're able to deliver it. What kind of services and products you can put together that are going to be profitable, that are going to be revenue driven. Now, this may help you get to 6 figures or 7 figures, depending on how much work you do. But I'll tell you, we're seeing drastic results from what they have applied, and they're getting really great businesses launched early on. And we'll go into the finances, we'll go into the numbers in the next couple of modules. But I want to share with you real life case studies. You name it, if you can figure out your product market fit, you can win. Now, some final thoughts and conclusions on the fundamentals of the business environment. Most importantly, you want to be agile in business. Your product today or service today may not be your final be-all, end-all, okay? There's a great book out there, I believe it was Jim Collins who wrote it, called Good to Great. And he talks about how companies last over 200 years in most capital markets. And the way they last in, drastically long in age is by being agile in products and services. So what happens is they're constantly testing their supply-demand curve that I shared, meaning they're constantly re-verifying whether their products and service is fit in that current market. One thing I'll tell you about the technology world or the marketing sales industry is that we're drastically evolving. Every single month, there is a new sets of tools, new sets of systems, new sets of strategies. But at the end of the day, if you get closer to your industry that you're catering to, and you start understanding those customers, you'll be able to stay ahead of the curve in how agile your products and services are going to be. And this will allow you to have your own competitive advantage, okay? Now, in 2014, when I started off in the marketing world, I came from healthcare. The first thing I did was go into the dental world. And I realized I needed to niche down, which we'll talk about later. But it was such a saturated market even in 2014 with a lot of providers. I had to figure out what my competitive advantage was going to be. And the way I did that is by talking to the business owners, spending time with them, listening to their needs and wants, and then going back to my demand supply curve, my product market fit, and verifying if what I bring to the table to that business is going to move the needle, okay? And I just wanted to share that with you. I'm excited. Let's go into the next discussion.